high school, and I had a really good art teacher, Mr. Entrikin, and he submitted one of my pictures to Scholastic, and I received a gold key, which I didn't know what that was or what it meant or whatever. But that was the first time that my photography got kind of out there. And I went into community college thinking that business was where I really needed to be at, because my dad had a business. They always were talking about all the things they needed, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can fill in that gap type of thing for my family. Went in the first time, hated it, was like, nope. And then I got introduced to the communication arts technology program, and one of the alumni, KaiCAD's alumni, told me about the school, and I was like, really? And I had already applied a long time ago, but to Spalding, and they were like, your portfolio looks great, you're accepted, blah, blah, blah. But when I saw the check, I was like, I don't think we can afford this, even with scholarships or whatever. So at that point, that's when I kind of switched to JCTC with KaiCAD. It was like, they had a lot of opportunities in the beginning, and I came in just thinking like, I'm gonna improve my graphic design skills, but it became way much more than that. Things happen for me in a very beautiful way, like almost too good to be true. So everything that I've done, even outside of KaiCAD, working with the community, and even before college, community has been really like a big part of what I do in a lot of aspects. So this particular show is kind of like my chance to show how much appreciation I have for the community and things I've experienced. Going on this research, of my own identities in an art perspective, but also how my own experience, how it's very similar to a lot of people still. This show really is kind of a culmination of all of that, and not just from an art perspective, but from, I guess, an immigrant perspective. It's not just here existing in this space and art, but these are some of the pillars of our culture and our people that hold us together. Like my family, we really have been trying to conserve a lot of things in our culture. I talk about Chicago and La Villita in my research and in my work, but also, how that relates to Preston Highway here in Louisville, Kentucky, which is one of my favorite places to go and get a piece of my culture. It's been very interesting because a lot of people tie in different ways that I didn't expect. Even my internship with the city, that's directly tied to my senior thesis. I think my process, it leans a little bit more towards my graphic design process. So now it's kind of giving myself a concept to work around. It is a little tough to kind of express myself to a room where they might not relate to me at all and not know what I'm talking about. I'm really gonna be talking in Spanish or something, or in a different way that most people may understand. Because it is tough kind of even convincing some of my own people how to, why art is so important, or why I'm even doing art. Because it's kind of like I said, in the beginning, the immigrant is kind of be a lawyer, be a dentist, or be a nurse, or whatever. You don't see the arts as, or especially contemporary art, where you got even some Latinx people thinking oh, I could do that, So it's kind of it's tough to impress. It's a tough crowd to impress in that way. I try to highlight 3 main pillars, and one of them is spirituality, one's community, and one's family. For me, in my personal life, but also even with community work, there's a lot of faith. You have, even as an immigrant, and from the get-go, you have to have a lot of faith in a lot of things, in whatever life they're living. That's one of the things that, they have. If they don't have love from other things, they have that. And I think that it's proven to be such a powerful thing, you know, believing in yourself, having faith in general, you know, how does your spirit feel when you do certain things, you know, are you following your heart type of thing. And it's like cheesy in a way sometimes, but it's very true, you know, it's very true for a lot of people, and it's very important. It feels more than just like a senior thesis school show. It feels definitely like, you know, a lot of the decisions we make towards the art is very thought out, I think, very meaningful to us. So I think that people should just come and enjoy themselves, you know, just enjoy art and look at what we've created, because I think a lot of us, or all three of us, can safely say that we did it for the experience to people to have, you know, not anything like, oh, I have this painting, you know, like it's kind of like, this is for people, you know, this is for people to interact with, this is for people to enjoy, this is for like people to learn from.